Good morning, everyone. Try that again. Good morning, everyone. Hope we're all doing well. Another beautiful trading day, it looks like here. Hello again, Sonia. Yeah, I must say some of us are here pretty darn early. I gotta say that. Pretty darn early. By the way, anybody can be here early. If you are here early, at least if you have the room open, you can come back later and read some of the news that is put out there by Sonia. She puts out an amazing amount of news. Gigi puts out charts. A few other people off and on put things out there, and then as some start showing up, start dropping things in there. Konar drops things in there. Tyler, you've been good about doing that. I want to say thank you very much. A couple little things that we need to square away this morning. Let me go find where that is. Oh, sorry for my tardiness. There we go. First, want to welcome everyone to the Hit and Run Candlesticks Live Trading Room and Pre-Market Report. The profit scanner. For those that's got the profit scanner, if you'd like, I'd like to hang around a little bit this afternoon. Right after the close, I'll send out a quick little email. Anybody that would like to talk about it, those that's using it, and if you have any questions, try to get everybody together as a group and maybe get some questions answered and get some windows set up if you need them set up. So if there's any way you can be here right after the close, it shouldn't take too long. Please be here, and we'll try to get going with something like that. Tonight, members e-learning tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern. Hope to see everybody here. Tomorrow night is a paid webinar. Members, the entry is free. All you need is a smile on your face. I will get you a password just shortly. There will be a password change, and it will be, like I say, I'll get that shortly for you. And so if you know of any members and they don't get this message, make sure that they get the password. If you have anybody that would like to join us on this webinar, that Mr. Steve Risner, our own 1973 hog, he will be presenting on trading earnings. It'll be about an hour and a half. I've had a peek at his slides, and I got to tell you, I'm impressed. I'm looking very, very much forward to this. It will be recorded. We will be sending it out to the participants, and there are a couple of bonuses for anyone who signs up for it, pays for it. It's a $49 fee. It's cheap when you consider the hour and a half of education you're going to get, plus the 2 follow-up Saturdays, plus a free month membership to Hit and Run Candlesticks. So it's well worth it. Well worth it. Okay, let's take a look at this morning's stock picks. I do not have a featured stock pick this morning. BIOF. We looked at this one yesterday. Many people are already in it. One of the benefits of being in the Hit and Run Candlestick Trading Room is you're able to get these sooner. Sooner because we have enough people in the room that looks for things like this, that finds things like this, and they share. So thank you very much for everyone for sharing. BIOF, Trader's Best Friend, Doji, bullish in golf, acted great all day yesterday. We talked a little bit about, rather than just stare at it as it moves up, we talked about it yesterday on how we could have entered that if you didn't enter it. Looks like a terrific chart. I would stay long if you're long. If we get some consolidation, I would not be afraid to buy some consolidation to the right, and certainly on strength. Looks like it's going to run up to the 200-day moving average and possibly check on the swing high up here. Body, BODY, another chart that we've had on our watch list for some time. This was a featured stock at one point because it's a rounded bottom breakout. We're flagging right now. We've pulled back to the T-line. Little bullish candle yesterday. We're looking for further strength up. Anything passes green line here, I would look to be a buyer or a adder if you already own it. CECO, rounded bottom breakout. Nice little, yeah, I'm just going to give it a doji type candle, Hiromi type candle. Looks like a little inverted hammer with a wick up here. Bullish engulf right off the 50-day moving average. This has got that snap look to it where it rolls up, then it starts pushing back, gets pressure on it, and then it just snaps back to the upside. We're working with a double bottom. A great looking chart to have on your watch list. If you already own some of it, may have bought some yesterday. Good for you. I would hang on to it at this point and probably use about the 50-day as a stop at this point. Some may use the T-line. Right from the get-go, I'd probably use that 20 simple. GRPN, I think many of us are in this one. And GRPN, this was our featured stock pick yesterday. If you're still in it, I would stay in it. I'm going to look to add to mine today if I can. Put a few more shares in there because I think it's going to move up a little higher. GRPN, nice trade. Rounded bottom breakout. This was one where it was pointed out by Sonia, one of our members here, right in here, and she mentioned it, went and looked at it, and I know that we talked about it, and we said, you know, it looks like we can read the future on this. Just because it's setting up, it has that look that it's going to be a rounded bottom breakout. And bought it, and sure enough, that's exactly what it's doing. It doesn't mean that it's fireproof right now. It doesn't mean that it can't pull back and fail. It sure could. Any stock can do that. But right now, it's working out just by the numbers. It looks terrific. If you're long, I would stay long. If you're looking to get long, any consolidation to the right, use the 50-day moving average as your floor. So anything between the high yesterday down to the 50 would be a buy, and I wouldn't be afraid to buy a little bit on a breakout if you don't get that inside buy. And I've got no idea where it's sitting right now. Let's see, PLCM. Big old bullish engulf yesterday after plenty of days down. We've got a gap down, and then you can see where the bulls started stepping in here. A little bit of consolidation, and then the bulls really took us off right here. Closed up over the T-line and the 50-day simple moving average. I want to bring out the line chart on this one. Look how the line chart changed. Everything was moving down, and now the line chart crossed, so we have a swing low buy signal. This is a swing low buy signal right here when you have the moving average crossover. That's just a nice looking chart. We've come from the bottom, we've rallied up, we've pulled back. I think we're putting in a higher low. That would mean we're going to start working on a higher high. Nice little chart right here, PLCM. And let's see, we'll do one more bullish chart, TNGO. This is a pinball setup. This is one of the nicest pinball setups I've seen in a long time. We've had a nice little run to the downside, and then it started flattening out a little bit, and now we've moved up over the T-line day before yesterday. That made yesterday a pinball setup to where you want to be a buyer yesterday. I did buy some of this into the close. I'm looking to stay in it as long as it closes over the T-line. For the pinball setup, the first target is always the 34 exponential moving average. That's the orange line right up here. We'll take a partial off if it makes it up there, and then we'll see kind of what it does from there and whether or not it's going to break out or pull back. We may add to it, or we may not. We'll just have to evaluate it as it moves up into this area. Nice pinball chart. Okay, just in case the market wants to pull back and roll over, let's put some QID out there. QID had a nice little doji, bullish engulf, gap up. If you were to eliminate all charts out there, any idea of what you think the market might be doing or might not be doing, and if you only could look at this chart right here, you can't help not to put a bullish bias on this. Yes, longer term it's downtrend, but the shorter term, you just can't help not to see the bullish bias. So on strength, we're looking for a T-line run, so anything above the T-line I would look to be buying. Anything below the T-line, you probably want to be out of it. That downtrend could start back over again. So I think QID is one to trade possibly. TZA is another one that if it's the only chart you had out there and you had no bias on the market, you didn't have the Dow, you didn't have the IWM, you didn't have SPY, anything like that, this is all you had, you couldn't help not to put a bullish bias on it. Certainly it's a downtrending stock right here. You can see how it's been trending to the downside, but we may have a bottom forming right here, and then we've got this not quite a hammer, but the bulls certainly did come in here and work it. And then we gapped up yesterday. We're above the T line with a doji up here. Just curious, what does that line chart look like? We do have a swing low buy signal. So our trend, this is like a momentum trend right here. Short term, it's the 2 EMA and the T line. And when that starts happening, then that's a good chance that our trend can start working, and the price action might bounce around a little bit, but the overall trend now is working based on those two moving averages. Those are what we use right there. So with that, wow, it's about that time. Alrighty, so I'm going to get out of here, get this recording done and thrown on YouTube. I'll be back in just a minute and see if we can make some money today. Back in a few.